I invite you to get nice and comfortable on your mat. And truthfully, you can even do this practice on your bed if you're at home, for the most part anyway. Our mantra for today is going to be Aham Prema, which means I am divine love. For some of us, stating that feels very authentic. And for some of us, stating that makes us feel a little uncomfortable because it's language that we haven't infused into our being. Keep practicing. And even if this kind of language is very comfortable for you, you may find days where it's a little bit more challenging. Without moving your hands, just notice where your hands are. Did you intuitively place them over your heart? Do you have your arms out to the side with your palms up? Or are your palms down? There is no right or wrong way. Your intuitive body is speaking to you. If your palms are up, your body is asking for that little extra push, that little extra bit of encouragement to move into embracing that I am divine love. If your palms are down, most likely your intuitive body is asking you to get out of your head a little and get into your body and to feel that you are divine love. And if your hands are on your heart, I would infer that your intuitive body is really working at connecting with the idea of being and feeling that you are divine love. And in all three of those cases, it's perfect. Aham Prema. And for anyone that is not in the studio with us, actually, even for all of you that are here, I'm happy to send you this music link of the Aham Prema mantra. It's one of my favorites, and I have more than 20 on my favorites list that I cycle through over the years. And for 20 years, I add about one favorite mantra to the list every year. They find me. I don't go looking for them. They just appear. So as we move into setting an intention for our practice today, I invite you to play with the words, I am divine love. I am divine love and light. I am pure love. I welcome divine love. Today we've brought in the energy of rose oil, which is the highest vibrating oil on the planet, which is the oil of divine love. So whether you can actually smell it because you're in this physical space with me, or whether we're just simply connecting with the energy of it, you are all being supported by the rose oil. Tanya, there's someone at the door. Do we want to let her in? And now I invite you to put a smile on your heart and a smile on your face. And wrap your arms around you like you're giving yourself a big hug. Wiggle those fingers behind your back. If you'd like to bend your knees because that's more comfortable, you're welcome to do that. You can plant your feet or hug your knees in, whatever works. And as you hug yourself, you're encouraged to embrace an aspect of yourself that you already love and admire. It can be a physical attribute. For example, I love my smile. It can be a skill or a talent that you have. Or it can be an actual attribute. So for example, being kind and compassionate, or being an artist that can paint or play music. So as you embrace yourself, connect with 3 different things about you that you love, maybe one of each, maybe one physical, maybe one skill, maybe one attribute of self. And for those of you that are like, I don't really feel anything, I don't know what to love about myself, then I ask you to look at someone in your life that you love or admire. And note that that is a reflection of yourself. Now let's open our arms out to the side, extend your fingers as far away from you as you can. Lift your heart slightly as if there was a string lifting your heart up towards the sky. And as often as you can, come back to that smile on your heart and that smile on your face. We're going to wrap our arms again around us, the opposite way this time, and embrace more aspects of yourself, maybe even a part of you that you're working on. And I don't want to call it a flaw. It's simply something that you notice in you that you'd like to shift. Because we are playing with those words, perfectly imperfect. I think by now we all know that there is no such thing as perfect. And if we can embrace ourselves as we are and learn to love ourselves as best we can in this moment, that is going to fuel us to move forward into those areas of self that we know would be supported by some shifts. Hug yourself. Tell yourself that it's okay to not be perfect, because what is perfect? And if you were talking to your best friend or someone you love and care for, or your client or someone, maybe even a stranger, and they came to you with that same struggle or area of need, how would you approach that person? What kind of language would you use? And now for a moment, check into that critiquey, judgy mind that you have towards yourself. And notice the difference here. Notice how much more patient and tolerant and loving and kind we are to others. Open your arms out to the side once again. And if you'd like, you can reach your hands back behind you, whatever feels right for you. And sit for a moment with the way you speak to yourself and the expectations you have of yourself. How can we be treated the way we would like, truly like, if we don't value ourselves enough to be treated that way? So in our psyche, we want, but then we don't really allow. And some of us have certain areas of our life where we're feeling a little bit more connected, things are flowing more beautifully, there's more ease and grace. And we all have that one, at least one area of our life where this kind of mindset can be a little bit more supportive. So I'm going to get you all to wiggle towards the left side of your mat so that your left bum cheeks fall off. And then take your right arm up and roll yourselves onto your bellies and come into a little sphinx. So here we have the elbows underneath the shoulders or further forward, because if they're closer to our ribs, then that's putting a lot of extra pressure on the low back. And today we're being very nurturing to the body. So elbows under shoulders or elbows farther forward. And depending on what your heart and back and neck health is like today, you might actually even want to do this with forehead down or chin on the mat. And for those of you who do have any kind of back things going on, I encourage wide legs. And for those of you who are feeling pretty strong and healthy through the back and core, you can bring your feet closer together. In all cases, I want you to watch the sickling of the ankle. So we don't want those toes rolling in. So all the toes are flat, touching the mat somehow. And imagine that I came by and I gently lifted your shoulders and allowed your heart to shine a little more. See if you can put that smile on your heart and a smile on your face again. I'm quite sure I'm dating myself by making this analogy, but if you remember the Care Bears, this is what I'm seeing right now with like the love just being shared from my heart to all of you. And can you all see that big heart light energy coming forward? Feel free to close your eyes. And if at any point in time in our class today, that mind starts to come in, remind yourself, I am love and light. And I know you're ready to receive this and to truly embrace this. And you might ask how? Well, it's because you're here. This is your intuitive body saying, I'm ready. So now can we connect that intuitive body with our physical body? From here, we're going to let the left ear find the mat and the right knee and elbow come to touch, resting the head on the mat. Now, they may not actually touch, and that's okay. We'll stay here for a few moments. Feel yourself breathing. Thank your heart for everything it does for you every day. And I want to welcome all of our lovely guests from afar, Misty, Josephine, Robin, and Suki, and everyone who's here with us today. Knowing that although our practice is our own on our mat, that we are all connected and that we are all supporting each other. And how beautiful is it that we have this practice and this space to connect. I invite you now to slide to the other side. So same position. Just let the head make its way to the other side and slide the other knee and elbow up to touch. Everything we're doing today is restorative. Therefore, absolutely nothing should feel like physical work. However, there might be some emotional work. So make sure that your body is 100% comfortable. And if it isn't, wiggle yourself as much as you need or ask for support. As you lie here, I want you to imagine that your body is being showered with hearts, and every heart has something that you're grateful for. So again, we were talking about the beauty of having this time together. We have this glorious space that we're in, tribe space, which has become a home to so many of us. And now for those of you who live afar, getting to enjoy this beautiful space. We have like-minded people who are willing to show up. And then call in all of the things that bring you joy. From those little things to liking the nail polish color on your fingers and toes, to that smile that you had when you crossed someone on the street. I'm grateful today that I found a parking really close by. You know, all those seemingly little things. And then all the big things. And notice how your body feels when we come into a space of gratitude. And by focusing on gratitude and by using repetition of mantras such as I am divine love, by recognizing those things about us that we are proud of and want to celebrate, all of this fuels us to help us become very embracing and accepting of our perfect imperfection. Now from here, I'm going to invite you to slide your left leg back and then press yourselves back into a child's pose. And this can be a child's pose of choice. So that means your knees can be together or they can be apart. You can use something behind you if your bum and your heels don't touch. You can have your arms long out in front or use your hands as a pillow, hands on back or hands in prayer. There are so many options. with third eye connected, clearing out any of that mind clutter or mind fog. Look through the third eye. And as you exhale, let the tongue touch the roof of the mouth. In doing so, the nadi that you tap on helps to find clarity in the mind's eye. And for a plethora of reasons, many of us have a lot going on in our heads. And contrary to what might be your thought process, finding balance through the third eye chakra doesn't mean that you think of nothing and that you switch off and completely detach from the world. What it means is to be able to use this mind brain in a way that's conducive to our journey. Our journey is something we feel from the heart that's guided into the belly brain and then into the mind brain. But as humans, and all of you, the fact that you're here, you're all very busy. You're all very loving and caring and generous. You're all brilliant and high achievers. And all of these are great things. A lot of us might be termed as a type A personality. So these are great skills that we have. However, we want to make effective and efficient use of all that we are. So when we talk specifically about the heart, be discerning of who you give your love to. Not everyone deserves you. Not everyone deserves what you have to offer in terms of knowledge, in terms of physical time and care, and including love. So I often use the analogy of money. And if in your heart you had $1,000, you wouldn't just take that $1,000 and throw it on the street and say, free for all, everyone take what you want. But you might give some of that actual money to someone that you love and care for, that you know is struggling. Maybe you want to give a gift to someone that you really care for. Maybe you want to take some of that and treat yourself. But you don't just frivolously throw money away. So our energy is our currency. And the energy that we give from the heart space is like a whole other leveled up currency. So before you just dump your heart energy, be discerning. And then going back to that analogy of money, if you don't have anything in your bank account, you cannot give anything. So you need to receive through acts of kindness, to receive gifts, to receive compensation for, your work accomplishments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So although you don't need, practice saying yes. So if someone offers to open the door for you, say yes. If someone says, hey, I made some extra soup, would you like some? Say yes. This helps to fill our heart. So in seed pose here, we are planting all of these ideals. Now I invite you all to roll yourselves up onto your knees so that we are sitting on the heels or something tucked behind us. We're going to inhale and open, look up. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart. and arch back. Bring the elbows together and let your head fall back without compressing the vertebrae. How do you know if you're compressing your vertebrae? If you can't swallow properly, that means you're compressing. For those of you with an advanced practice, if it really feels like you want to come into full camel or another version of camel, go ahead. But for the purpose of today's class, I think this is a perfect heart opener. Keep drawing your elbows together. And right from that sternum, imagine being lifted. For those of you that are in the space today, I'm going to come around and do a little adjustment if you're okay with it. Breathe into that heart space. Are you okay? Okay. Coming out as you need and going back when you're ready. Drawing your elbows closer together. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. And from here, we're going to lift right up and then walk our fingers forward, coming into a thread the needle. Thumb is high, left shoulder is on the mat, left ear is on the mat. Right arm is extended out. Kick your hips to the left. Drawing those hips more towards the left and going as deep as you'd like with this, remembering the theme of the class is in a restorative focus. So we don't really want to feel like we're doing work, but you're welcome to get a deeper stretch if it feels right for you. That right arm that is extended out, if the elbow's up, it's going to be a little bit more active, more of a dynamic stretch. If you'd like to bend that elbow, place it on the mat, that's going to give you a little bit more ease in this shape. We're going to do 4 flossings of this. So plant that right hand kind of in front of your crown of your head with the elbow bent so that you can push yourself up. Open that left arm up to the sky, look up if you want, and then thread through. So we're doing this for a total of 4 times. Find your own breath flow. Move as you inhale up, and as you exhale, thread through. As you're moving, imagine you're pushing really, really thick fog out of the way so that we can connect more with our energy bodies even while we're moving mindfully. Sometimes we can feel that energy body when we're in meditation, but then we forget about it when we're moving. The next time your left ear is on the mat, we're going to stay there and then press the palms to touch. Thumbs are by the armpit. And you can stay here, or if you want, you can press yourselves up so the thumbs are at heart center. But again, as this is restorative, I'm encouraging you to stay down. From here, keep hands at heart center, press up. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, lean to the left. Come back to center. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, walking your hands forward. Make your way into a thread the needle. And we're going to hold it there. Kicking your hips this time towards the right. Preferably doing the same expression with the arm that you did on the other side, unless, of course, it's not available to you, which sometimes happens. And let's really breathe into that heart space. As you breathe in, imagine you have wings clipped onto those shoulder blades. And now we're going to thread through 4 times again. So inhale and open. Exhale, release. Using your long, beautiful breath flow, doing a total of 4. And then when you're done your 4th, bringing those hands to prayer. The thumbs are probably at the armpit. Remember to envision those wings clipped onto your shoulder blades as you breathe. And then lowering yourself here, pressing yourself up and onto your bottom, sitting with your legs crossed if that works for you. Grabbing something to sit on if you need. Rolling your shoulders down and back, heart smiling, face smiling, eyes closed or open, totally up to you. And let the hands come palms up by the side. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, let the thumbs touch the third eye. Let the thumbs touch the lips. Let the thumbs touch the heart. Bring the pinkies down towards the belly. Release all the way up. And then exhale, turn to the right. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, lift the spine, every vertebrae floating on top of the one beneath it. Crown of the head lifted, heart shining, throat shining. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Bleeding from the heart space. Come back to center, hands on your knees. Make a few circles in one direction. Close your eyes if it makes you feel more comfortable. Come to center. Pause for a moment. Uncross, recross the opposite way. Palms up. Inhale, gather all this beautiful energy. Let your palms almost touch, but not quite. And then let them touch. Thumbs to the third eye. Thumbs to the lips, to the heart. Turn the palms down, pinkies to the belly. Extend all the way up. Exhale, over to the left. Look over that left shoulder, hand on the left thigh. Draw your chin back in as if the back of your head was against a wall. Leading from heart space. Inhale through center and exhale over to the other side. Inhale through center, reach those hands up. Bring the hands down to heart center and Anjali Mudra, thumbs touching the midline of the body, bowing your head towards your fingers. Feel those wings clipped onto your shoulder blades. As you breathe in, they expand. As you breathe out, they gently collapse. Visualize yourself in a rose quartz cave, sitting there. These beautiful wings expanding and collapsing as you breathe. And suddenly this rose quartz becomes fuchsia in color. And it's almost like as if it's like cloud of fuchsia underneath you, and it's so dense it's actually lifting you, and you're floating up, 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 up. And then you rise to the top of this cave that was once a light rose quartz, now fuchsia cloud. And you find yourself almost on like a glass of emerald green. Stand up wearing a beautiful flowing piece of clothing, maybe a coat or a dress or a cape or a scarf or shawl, and you're peacefully walking across this emerald green landscape. Kind of looks like glass or ice, but it's beautiful in temperature. And then you're not walking anymore, you're floating. And just lifting, expanding. Now you feel your wings. And you use your wings and there are no limits to where you can go. And now that you've had this experience, you know you can have it again whenever you need. So land yourself right back in this time, in this place. And tell yourself, Aham Prema, I am divine love. And use the line, I love you, followed by your name. Maybe you're comfortable to say it out loud. Maybe you'll just say it in your mind. And maybe you're still feeling very uncomfortable with this practice. And wherever you're at, it's okay. Put a smile on your heart and a smile on your face. Open your eyes and make eye contact with everyone in our space, including our people online. And bring it back around the other way. Making that heart shape with your hands. And sending that love everywhere. The divine love and light within me honors the divine light and love within each and every one of you. Thank you immensely for sharing your practice with all of us. In love and light, my friends. Namaste.